9 out of 10 adults over 60 are walking around with dangerously low levels of one essential vitamin, and most of them blame the symptoms on getting older. The fatigue, the forgetfulness, that strange tingling in the hands and feet. What if I told you it might not be aging at all? In the next few minutes, you'll discover exactly which vitamin is quietly disappearing from your body after age 60, why your own stomach may be working against you, and the simple blood test your doctor might not think to order. Stick with me until the end, because the interaction with common medications may be the most important part of this entire video, and it's the one almost nobody talks about. The vitamin we're talking about today is vitamin B12, also known as cobalamin. And here's the uncomfortable truth. After you cross age 60, your body becomes remarkably bad at absorbing it. Not because B12 is missing from your plate, but because your stomach changes. You see, to absorb B12 from food, your stomach needs to produce something called intrinsic factor, a special protein made by cells in the stomach lining. It also needs strong stomach acid to release B12 from the protein in meat, fish, and dairy. As we age, both of these decline. Researchers estimate that up to 30% of adults over 60 develop a condition called atrophic gastritis, atrophic gastritis, which simply means the stomach lining thins out and produces less acid. Less acid means less B12 absorbed, no matter how well you eat. Imagine you're 68 years old. You eat eggs for breakfast, a tuna sandwich for lunch, and chicken for dinner. On paper, your diet is rich in B12, but if your stomach can't release it, that B12 passes right through you, unused. This is why the problem is so sneaky. It's not a diet issue, it's an absorption issue. Now let's talk about the symptom, because this is where it gets personal. Low B12 looks almost exactly like what we're told is normal aging. Constant tiredness, even after a full night's sleep. Brain fog, that frustrating feeling of walking into a room and forgetting why. Tingling or numbness in the hands and feet. Weakness in the legs. Mood changes, sadness, or irritability that seems to come from nowhere. Even balance problems and mild memory loss. Here's what's heartbreaking. Many adults are told, well, you're in your 70s, or what do you expect? But a 2012 study from Tufts University found that low B12 levels in older adults were strongly linked to brain shrinkage and cognitive decline. This isn't just about feeling tired. Long-term B12 deficiency can cause nerve damage that eventually becomes permanent. The good news, caught early, it's often completely reversible. So how do you know? You ask for a blood test, specifically a serum B12 test. Write that down. Serum B12. Most labs consider anything above 200 picograms per milliliter normal, but here's what many doctors now agree on. Normal is not the same as optimal. Research suggests that levels between 200 and 400 may still cause symptoms in older adults. Many longevity specialists now recommend aiming for levels above 500 and sometimes above 600 for adults over 60. If your doctor says your level is fine but you still feel exhausted and foggy, it's perfectly reasonable to ask for a more detailed test, something called methylmalonic acid, or MMA. It catches hidden B12 deficiency that the standard test sometimes misses. Of course, talk to your doctor before making any changes, especially if you take medications. Before I get to the interaction with common senior medications, which honestly surprised me the most, let me show you where B12 actually comes from and which form your body can actually use. B12 is found almost exclusively in animal foods. The richest sources are shellfish, especially clams and mussels, followed by liver, salmon, sardines, beef, eggs, and dairy, like yogurt and cheese. A single serving of salmon or a couple of eggs can provide a meaningful amount. But remember, if your absorption is low, food alone may not be enough. That's where supplements come in, and this is critical. Not all B12 supplements are created equal. You'll see two main forms on the shelf: cyanocobalamin, and methylcobalamin, methylcobalamin. Cyanocobalamin is the cheaper synthetic form. Your body has to convert it before it can be used, and as we age, that conversion becomes less efficient. Methylcobalamin is the active form. It's ready to work the moment it enters your bloodstream. For adults over 60, most integrative doctors now lean toward methylcobalamin, often as a sublingual tablet that dissolves under the tongue, bypassing the stomach absorption problem entirely. Now, if you follow a plant-based or vegan diet, please pay close attention. Plants do not contain reliable B12. Not spinach, not kale, not mushrooms, not nutritional yeast, unless it's specifically fortified. A 2013 review in the journal Nutrition Reviews found that vegetarians, and especially vegans, are at dramatically higher risk of B12 deficiency. Combine a plant-only diet with an aging stomach, and the risk multiplies. If this is you, a daily B12 supplement isn't optional, it's essential. If this information is helping you, a quick thumbs up really helps this channel reach more adults your age who need to hear it. So what about dosage? I won't give you a prescription, that's between you and your doctor, but generally speaking, many physicians suggest that adults over 60 benefit from a daily supplement in the range of 500 to 1,000 micrograms of methylcobalamin. Some recommend higher short-term doses when deficiency is confirmed. Because B12 is water-soluble, your body simply passes out what it doesn't need, so toxicity is extremely rare. Still, more is not always better. Start gentle, test again in a few months and adjust with medical guidance. And now, the part I promised you, the interaction with common senior medications. This is where so many deficiencies begin, and most people have no idea. If you take metformin for type 2 diabetes, listen closely. Research published in the British Medical Journal has shown that long-term metformin use significantly lowers B12 absorption. The longer you've been on it, the greater the risk. This doesn't mean you should stop your medication. Please don't. But it does mean your doctor should be checking your B12 levels regularly. The same goes for PPIs, proton pump inhibitors. These are acid-reducing medications like omeprazole, lansoprazole, and esomeprazole, often prescribed for reflux or heartburn. They work by reducing stomach acid, which is exactly what you need to absorb B12 from food. Studies have linked long-term PPI use, typically more than 2 years, to measurably lower B12 levels. Again, don't stop your medication on your own. Just bring it up at your next appointment and ask, "Given that I'm on this long-term, should we check my B12?" Those simple words could change everything. Let's bring this all together. First, after age 60, your stomach naturally loses the ability to absorb B12 well, so deficiency is extremely common even with a good diet. Second, the symptoms often mimic normal aging, so ask your doctor for a serum B12 test and aim for optimal levels, not just normal. Third, if you take metformin or a long-term acid reducer, your risk is even higher, and methylcobalamin is usually the smarter supplement choice. Here's what I want you to remember. Getting older does not mean you have to feel foggy, tired, or numb. So much of what we accept as just aging is actually fixable, often with small, simple changes. You deserve to feel sharp, steady, and full of energy in these years. The best chapters of your life can still be ahead of you. Subscribe for more videos like this every week, and let me know in the comments which tip you're going to try first.